Welcome back to the channel, everybody. It's been a while since I've done a review video, so this is exactly what we're doing today. A company called Kova Blades hit me up about a month ago and asked if they could send me one of their camping hatchets. And I said, of course, yeah, of course. You know, anything blade related, I'm down to test out, get my hands on, you know. So this is the Black Thorn. It's a camping hatchet slash axe slash thrower. So it's kind of all design integrated into one. So we'll check that out here in a moment. But the packaging, excellent. One of the best I've ever seen. Getting right into it here, we have a warranty card with their website. It's kovablades.com. Has a 1-year warranty. So that's pretty dang cool. Right here, some specs. The overall length is 14 inches. The head length is 6.8 inches. Blade thickness, 0.23 inches. Weight is 10 ounces. I admit it weighs a little bit more than 10 ounces. My little scales, it maxes it out, so I can't really tell you that. Weight with Kydex sheath, 26.8 ounces. That doesn't really make sense. Steel is HCR13 MOV. I looked that up. It's comparable to D2. I actually have a pocket knife in my pocket right now that has the same steel. The edge retention is excellent, so that's pretty good. The handle scales are G10. And the finish is matte black finish. And there's a couple other things on here that we'll come back to here in a moment. Like I said, the packaging is excellent. I have not thrown this thing yet. I've been waiting to do this for this video, so we'll see about that. The Kydex sheath is very nice. The overall, it's very, very well done. You know, pivots out like a normal hawk sheath. Pretty dang cool design. A spike on the back, those are devastating. Icebreaker, really cool design of the head. I approve of that. It would be good for throwing. The G10 scales feel very, very good. They're nice and thick. It feels really, really well ergonomically designed. It's got a couple holes here for lashing to put some paracord through if you like. It actually has a rope cutter right there. Now, there's a couple things that I do not like immediately, and maybe I'll change my mind, but this right here is sharp. This is not sharp. This comes with almost a thrower's edge. I mean, there might be a tiny little edge on there, but nothing I'm going to hurt myself on. So that's a little disappointing, because right here on this right here it says keep it sharp. Numerous tools and methods are available for maintaining the sharpness of your hatchet. Discover the one that suits you most effectively. Well, if I'm going to maintain the sharpness, it needs to be sharp, right? So that's a little disappointing. Another thing I read on the website is the head is designed so if you throw it and it hits the head, it'll stick. I can already tell if I over-rotate it a little too much, it's not going to stick well. So that's going to be interesting. Another thing is if it's designed for throwing, you don't want a curved handle. It's only slightly curved, and I can get around that, but that little bit of a curve, since I'm so used to a straight handle, it's going to make it spin quicker because it's going to grab my bottom of my fingers right there. So that'll be interesting to see. And then, of course, it comes with some rivets right there so you can attach it to your sheath. And then, forgive me, I forget the name of this type of clip. I know that these were super popular 10, 15 years ago. So that's really cool. You know, overall looks, packaging, I mean, it's 9 out of 10, right? It's up there, man. That's really, really well packaging. So, yeah, let's get into the nitty gritty of it. Of course, I'm going to keep it. I'm not going to sharpen it for throwing because that doesn't really matter too much. And then maybe I'll put my own edge on it, and then we'll do some hacking with it, maybe through a 2x4 or some kind of thick branch or whatever. But yeah, thank you, Kova Blades, for sending me this, and let's check it out. Okay, so unfortunately, I got the clip on there. It will not go on my belt. I have a nice thick leather belt. This one's made for not that thick, so that's unfortunate. But it goes on there very well, and it seems like it would hang pretty good too, especially if you had some kind of sort of like gun belt, something that was stiff. So can't really show you that, but what I can show you is how it throws. So let's check it out. Man, it feels good. I gotta be careful though, especially if I sharpen that, just because just doing that, I've already clipped my finger and that would have filleted me open. So it feels good, but I'm just gonna stand in the regular spot that I throw my tomahawks. My tomahawks are the same length. It's gonna be a little different though because my tomahawks are 2 pieces and the weight is very, very different. This one's center balanced, so I could already, like I said before, it's gonna throw quickly. So here we go. Okay, I'm standing in my normal spot for a regular tomahawk. That should have hit face first. So that's exactly what I thought it was going to do. It spins quickly. Okay, so I gotta take it back about it not being sharp. When I flipped it around, that edge did catch my finger, and I'm bleeding a little bit. So it feels like there's no edge on it because the profile is so like wide. So I take it back. It is a little sharp. I'm obviously bleeding, but it doesn't feel sharp. It's weird. Maybe that's how it's supposed to be, but I mean, it's just weird. So anyway, so there's a couple things we can do to, I can move closer to get it to spin the way I want it to, or I can choke up on it. I'm going to choose to choke up on it a little bit. That helped a lot. The one other thing we can do to help make it spin correctly is put your thumb on the spine. This is going to slow it down a lot. Perfect. It throws really, really good that way. That feels good. All right, let's spin it around and see if we can get to stick the spike. Okay, the spike actually went through my carpet and hit the concrete. I see no damage at all. That's good. So now that I'm throwing it from this side, that curve is going to affect a lot. Okay, so because I'm using my thumb and I'm using this side, it slows it down a lot. So I need to actually back up. There we go. So it throws very differently from the front to the back, and that kind of demonstrates how much a curve affects a design. So we'll do a spike again. So the problem with the spike is the curve right here. So you have to hit like that. So I just need to back up just a little bit more, and I should stick this. Okay, well, that was surprising. It's stuck in the top, so they said it's designed to be able to stick that way, and it actually did. So that was pretty impressive. Much harder to get it to stick from the spike side, that's for sure. If I don't put my thumb on the spine, it just wants to spin so fast. And I just don't want to be that close for a one spin. See, I'm at 9 feet. It is spinning quickly. I'm gonna choke up a lot. That doesn't feel good. I just really, myself personally, I do not like that curve at all. It's great for chopping. It feels great, but not for throwing. Thumb on the spine. See if we can do a 1.5 rotation this way. Maybe. Yeah. Sticking it upside down is going to be a challenge here. That was, yeah, I'm getting confused. That was it. So 1.5 rotations is about right. This is interesting. So since I have to put my thumb here, this is 1 rotation, right? 1 rotation. Now if I turn it around and I throw here normally with my normal grip, those are about the same spot. I'm about a footprint away. So another example of how handle shape really dictates how it spins. All right, let's do some unconventional stuff. Oh my God. It spins so quick. I don't like it that for that. I really had to reach in and step closer. Stuck in the top. It's just so weird to me that I can stand so close and that's still over rotating. People out there, if you're designing a tomahawk or an axe, hatchet, whatever, and you want it to be a throwing, if you want to be able to throw it well, it needs to be straight. It, this, I get what you're going for, the chopping, all that, but for throwing, it's not that great. I bet I can do a 2 rotation here at 5 meters, which is close. Okay, so I'm throwing 2 rotations at about 13 and a half feet, about 14, 15, about 14 feet actually. My 2 rotations for a regular tomahawk is about 6 meters, about 20 feet. So it's just so compact that that blows my mind. The other thing, since it's all one piece, it's a little heavy for my taste. Great for a chopper, great for a camping axe, survival axe, whatnot. But for a thrower, I'd like something to be a little bit lighter that I can manipulate better. Throw's fine. It's accurate. I like the way that the thick G10 scales are on there. It's nice for my fingers to roll off of. Ah, okay, well now we know you can stick the glass breaker in the target. That went in pretty easy. Of course, this is cottonwood, but okay. Here's my final thoughts as a thrower. I've thrown hundreds and hundreds of knives and hundreds of tomahawks over the years, and I would not consider this a thrower. Can you throw it? Yes. Of course, it's a tomahawk. You throw this at somebody, you're going to do some kind of damage. If I was ever to be in a defense, survival, self-defense situation, I would always pick a tomahawk over a knife, just because of the mass and the size. So they're devastating. I like the overall shape of the head. Good job. The how thin the profile is. Excellent. I like the rope cutter. Excellent. I like the way that the handle feels. Excellent. I like the glass breaker. What I don't like is how heavy it is, and this curve right here. It really, really affects my throwing. Of course, I could get used to this and throw it how I want, but it's just very, very different to anything I have out there. Like I said, the curve of the handle, excellent for chopping, not great for throwing. It is what it is. I am going to be doing some chopping with it. We'll check that out. And let's just for shits and giggles, let's go ahead and do a trick shot with it. Wow. Almost cut the can in half. That was pretty cool. If you guys are allowing me to keep this, I will definitely take this camping. It seems pretty awesome for that. But as a thrower, it's not great. It's not great, and I wouldn't buy it as a thrower. That's for sure. Of course, you can throw anything with the point. So, thank you, Kova Blades, for giving me the opportunity to test this for you. I hope that some of the information I give maybe helps you guys design something more of a thrower in the future. So, thank you. Factory edge on the Kona Black Thorn. throwing axe, survival hatchet type thing. This is dead wood, so keep that in mind. I'll be very honest. I don't do a lot of these chopping videos very often. I just think that the edge should be a lot better. Um, it definitely has more of an edge than I thought it did. It's just I'm used to stuff cutting me when I touch it. So, yeah, I mean, it feels good. I will definitely use it camping and whatnot. I don't have a whole lot of stuff to compare it with, unless I just go inside and, you know what, hold on a minute, I'll get a cold steel. All right, this is one of the only things I really have to compare it with. It's a cold steel Norse Hawk. This one has been reprofiled by me to be thinner, but it does not have a good edge on it because I've been throwing these for a very long time. So right away you can see it bites in a lot better. Yeah, so that pretty much tells me what I need to know. This is just a very non-aggressive edge. So it sticks well though. I mean, it's, you know, this is also much heavier. Anyway, I'm not sure what that shows you, but there you go.